Hello, I welcome you all to this particular lesson, and in this lesson we are going to look at chemical formulas, how to come up with correct chemical formulas. So even as we get to look at this, if you are new to this platform, make sure you follow me by subscribing or following this channel or page. So the question is saying, write the chemical formula of each of the following. So I want to write the chemical formula of these compounds that are written here. So what you need to know is that whenever we are talking about a compound, this whole thing is called a compound. So this is a combination of sodium and chlorine. So you know and understand that sodium is in group 1, which makes it have the valence of 1, and it is a positive because for all the elements in group 1 to be stable, they need to lose electrons. So those in group 1 have got a valence of 1, those in group 2 valence of 2, those in group 3 valence of 3, because they are metals and they get to lose electrons. We go to chlorine. Chlorine is in group 7. So this is a non-metal. Having 7 electrons in its outermost shell, it must gain 1. So it has got a negative 1. So a negative and a positive, you cross them. This one comes there, the one comes there. Nothing is going to change. This is the reason why we've got sodium chloride like that. So this is what? Sodium chloride. This is how we write sodium chloride. This is what you need to know and understand. If you want to write it very well, it's supposed to be capital letter C, small l, like that. So that is what? Sodium chloride. This is a compound. I've told you that the difference between a compound and an element is that a compound, the whole thing, like this one, this is a compound. And a compound is a chemical combination of two or more substances or elements. But when we go to an element is just a substance that is made up of one type of material that cannot be split either by chemical means or physical means. This is what you are supposed to know and understand. We move now to the other one, which is potassium carbonate. So we move to potassium carbonate. Potassium is in group 1. So you say, okay, potassium is in group 1, meaning that the valence is 1. Then a carbonate, these are radicals. So radicals are not on the periodic table. You just need to know them. So there are some radicals that you are supposed to know, like a sulfate. It has got 2 minus, meaning that the valence is 2. You also need to know a phosphate. It has got a valence of 3, like that. This is what you are supposed to know. So it has got a minus there. You also need to understand that we also have an hydroxide. This is also a radical. It has got a negative there. You also need to know that we've got a nitrate 3 there. Then we've got a negative there. These are just examples. So the valence for this one is 2. The valence for that one is 3. The valence for this one is 1. The valence for this one is 1. So you just treat the whole thing as 1. So we are talking about potassium carbonate. So carbonate, where is carbonate? Carbonate is also a radical like this. A carbonate is like this. A valence there 2 minus. So they are going to interchange. This 2 comes there. This one goes there. But since it is a 1, nothing is changing. That's why we maintain K. Then this 2 comes there. Then we say carbonate like this. So this is what? Potassium carbonate. The same thing happens to aluminium carbonate. What we are going to do is this. This is something that we are going to do. We are going to say that, okay, the way this one is, we are going to do this. This is what we are going to do. So we are going to say that aluminium, this is what? Ammonium carbonate. So ammonium carbonate, ammonium is like this. This is a radical like this, having there a plus. A carbonate is like this, having there what? 2 minus. So this is a radical and this is a radical. They are reacting. So they are going to interchange. Since this is a number coming this side, we put these in brackets like this. These two goes there. So what we are going to have is that we are going to have NH4 like that. We put brackets, then a 2. Now we put this carbonate now. We see we put a carbonate. So this thing that is here, this is what we call ammonium carbonate. And this is what you are supposed to know and understand. I guess people are able to see what is happening. I guess you are able to understand everything that I'm teaching you here. This is a short lesson. So we move to this one, aluminium phosphate. So aluminium phosphate. Aluminium is in group 3. Aluminium, you can check it out. It is in group 3, so it is 3 plus. Then we go to a phosphate. Phosphate is a radical 4 there, the valence of 3 minus. This valence is 3 and this valence is 3. So when you do this, when you put these in brackets, like you put this 3 goes there, this 3 goes there. But since they are 3, 3, it's just a matter of cancelling them so that we just remain with this one. Then there's no need of putting brackets, aluminium phosphate like this. No need of putting brackets because we have already cancelled them. So this is what you are supposed to know. These are some of the things you need to get and understand. We go now to the last one, which is what? Calcium hydrogen carbonate. So what you need to know and understand, this thing here, hydrogen carbonate, this is a radical that you are supposed to know. It is like this, hydrogen carbonate. This is how it is. So want to come up with calcium hydrogen carbonate. So what we are going to do for us to come up with this, you know that the way a calcium is, a calcium is like this. So let me do this so that it is like this. It has got a valence of what? 2 plus. This is what you need to know. The valence is what? The valence is 2 plus. So what we are supposed to get here, this one has got a valence of what? Valence of 1. So I'm just going to put a negative there, valence of 1. So obviously I'm going to treat this as 1. I put it in brackets. This 2 comes this side. So what I'm going to have something like Ca, then open bracket, HCO3 like this, then I put a 2 there. So this is what we call what? Calcium hydrogen carbonate. Hydrogen carbonate is a radical like this, having a valence of what? A valence of 1. So these are the common radicals that we get to use. Chemistry is something that is very simple. So don't forget, this is Harrisonite Academy. Those of you that could like to join us, those of you that could like to join my online school, you can contact me on my number, which is 09 plus 260971 066747. This is my number. So you can contact me on this number, then we can see how we can help each other catch up with chemistry. So I teach mathematics, chemistry, physics, and biology. Thank you so much. So this is my number if you want to join me, 0971 066747. Thank you.